Is the Phoenix housing market going to crash? Is it going to fall out? Should buyers wait? Are sellers screwed? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to talk about. What is hype? What is not? What we're actually seeing, boots on the ground, despite what some of the media likes to report. Remember, media's goal is to get clicks, sell advertising. So take what you hear, including things on YouTube, with a grain of salt. But first, welcome back to the channel. It's Rich Brecklin, your Arizona real estate agent with Real Broker. So today I'm going to go over what we're actually seeing in the market, some real live data. We can't argue numbers. I mean, they are what they are. They're reporting on what is actually happening, and also share with you what I'm saying, boots on the ground with my clients, buyers and sellers alike, and what is really happening. So with that, I want to share a huge part of my daily life when it comes into the office is reviewing info. And a lot of times I use the Cromford report, and they present some really nice things and a lot of different data points. Is my phone is ringing, which I'm not going to answer. Sorry, hon. I'll get you here in a second. So one thing is for sure, listing inventory is down. Now, this number here shows 18,000 some, but when it comes to actual single family detached homes for sale, we have just over 12,000. Put into context, a year and a half ago, we had just under 3,000. And a few months ago, we had almost 18,000 single family detached. So we have had, that pullback, which has helped because demand pulled back as well. But one of the numbers I want you to look at is this bottom number, the Cromford Market Index. Again, for context, 100 is ounce market. And you can see 2 years ago, we were almost 500, share 74, and then it dropped and it went below 100. I think at one point we were at 87. So that's where people were feeling like, oh my gosh, the market's crashing, this buyer's market. Buyers were wanting to offer at a buyer to think they could get a home for 100,000 off list price day one on market, which didn't happen, and someone else bought it for $20,000 under list. However, what we're seeing is the increase in the Cromford Market Index, and right now we're at 118. I've been watching this daily just slowly creep up. So are we in buyers or sellers? And it depends. And real estate is hyper local. What you see across the media, what is true here may not be true in Peoria, Illinois. And also what you may see in Gilbert isn't the same in Goodyear, and not just city and towns, but also certain pockets, certain neighborhoods. Those numbers are gonna be different. But again, for just contextual and for this video, I don't want to talk about every specific city, but we're talking about Phoenix Metro as a whole. Now, if you want a video covering Scottsdale, Paradise Valley, Gilbert, Goodyear individually, let me know. I'm happy to shoot that. It doesn't take me long at all. So right here, the sales per month number, that's where I've been really paying attention to in listings under contract. So the sales per month is going to increase, but the listings under contract, seeing the huge jump, because we dropped 44% of homes sold. That was a huge number in what we're experiencing. With these listings under contract, I equate that to a few things. I think buyers now, after the holidays, they felt more comfortable. Also seeing what rates are doing. Rates jumped up to over 7%, and then they settled back down. And then I think buyers are getting more comfortable with the rate where they're at. It touched under 6% on Friday. And then with mortgage-backed securities, everything was going on there. It jumped back up to above 6. But also with sellers being more open to buyers' concessions, it's gotten a lot more buyers out there. I believe 3 of the homes I have under contract now with my buyers, we're getting 3 to 4% concessions from the sellers. So that has been really helpful for my buyers. But regardless, listings under contract is up quite a bit, not to where it was last year or 2 years ago, but above last quarter, which is a good sign. Now, also considering a lot of iBuyers here, which are your Open Door, OfferPad, Blackstone, they're not buying homes like they were. So that is a huge portion of the market here in Phoenix Metro. And so the numbers as a whole, you really have to look deeper into what is being reported. Days on market is up, so it's taking just under 3 months to get a home sold, and month supply of inventory 3.6. So again, last year it was pretty much 2 weeks of inventory. Now, if no other homes hit the market, it would take 3.5 months for those homes to all be sold. Still, I mean, under 5 months, you're relatively, you're a healthy market. Back in, the crash times that everyone was talking about, there's periods where it got to 10 to 13 months of inventory. So no one was buying homes then. And then looking here at the average monthly sales. So it only dropped about $1,000 from last month. And it is down from last quarter, which we saw that trend falling, and prices are down from last year. Again, nothing new there, but that rate of decline has definitely slowed. Again, I think a lot of that is because of the lack of inventory. But from where we were 2 years ago in this market, we're well above that. And 3 years ago. So if you owned a home for the last 2 years, then you're sitting in a good spot when it comes to your equity. So if you're considering, a move up or considering selling, chances are you should have a good amount of equity still. And then your median, we stayed it right at 410, and then still above where we were 2 years ago, which was 339. And then again, that CMI right at 118. And I'm going to pull up something right here. So bear with me for a second. So I like to look at the city rankings. You can see, the average price per square foot this year versus last year. So everything is up, right? Everyone knows that. But how far will it fall? Will it continue to drop? Right now, I'm calling this an aggressive bounce market. So if you're a buyer right now, I think it is a good time if you are looking for a home. Now, obviously, yes, the rates are high, but you have a lot more power, a lot more control than you did. And if a home fits the criteria, it looks nice, it shows nice, and is priced well, we're seeing multiple offers on those properties. The homes that aren't selling are the ones that have not caught up with the times and are still trying to price their home like it is 18 months ago. And those homes are sitting and sitting and sitting, and you end up chasing the market. So let's take a look at expired listings. So those are homes that failed to sell during the contract length. Going back, so not many. And then all of a sudden we start seeing that change when homes aren't selling. We went from 200 in February last year, and then January 1,500. So we went quite a bit in homes that did not sell. And then if we look at the listing success rate, so homes that list, what percent of them sell? Again, we're at 66.6%. And this doesn't go back any further, but at one point we were at 90%. But then this number did drop into the 50s, you see, in January. So it's good that we see that trend rising upward. So if you're a seller, pricing and presenting your home where it stands out as the best possible option in the market can never be more important. And if you're a buyer that you see a home that is priced well, that shows nice, you may not be able to get it for 40% off list price, which so many buyers think that is what's happening. Now, there's some things that go into this, but if it's day one on market, the seller has not felt that pain yet. So again, we're seeing things. It's hyper local in different areas. Queen Creek, Santan, we're seeing a lot more flexibility there on pricing. Paradise Valley is still in a really good spot. Same with Gilbert has gone up quite a bit as far as the index and what we're seeing in activity there. And I'm going to look here, show you one more before we get out of here. Maybe not. But let's get out of here. Sorry about that. So anyhow, what the market is doing, it is active. Buyers, I feel like, have came back to life. We're seeing a lot more multiple offers. Sellers are still sitting on their homes, not releasing them, which again is helping keep prices from falling, especially as this buyer demand increases. I know a lot of my clients, I think I have 8 coming here from around the country just in the next month and a half. So we have a lot more people still looking to move here with businesses coming here. We have the Super Bowl coming up. We have the Waste Management Open. So there's a lot going on, a lot of draw that comes right to Phoenix Metro. Now, again, those people aren't looking to buy homes here, but with so many things being attracted to Phoenix Metro, that is what's going to keep this market strong. And again, this isn't bad lending practices leading people to foreclose. We're not really seeing that right now. Again, I can't predict the future. And if people are telling you what the rate is going to be 3 months from now, I think they're just MSU making stuff up just to get clicks. But we don't know what it is going to be. All I know is right now, if I were a buyer, I would feel comfortable knowing that I have a lot more power than I had before. I'm going to buy my home less than I could have a year ago, and I'm going to be able to get concessions if I need them. But again, it really depends on the location and the property. So if you have questions, let me know. I'd love to answer them. It's Rich Brecklin at Real Broker, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.